So I'm shooting a video demonstrating how to replace the LCD screen on your cell phone. I don't know if you can see that or not, but this LCD screen is absolutely cracked. It's something that happens to most people's phones eventually. You end up stepping on it or dropping it out the window and you wind up with the broken cell phone. At which point you can either go to the cell phone company and sign up for 2 more years of service for a free phone, or you could just buy a new phone. That's going to be $200 or $300. Or you can go with option 3. You purchase a replacement screen online for about $10 and install it yourself. That's the option I chose because I'm a DIY fanatic. If I can do it myself, I absolutely will. Whether it's working on the car, working on the house, or working on my cell phone. It's kind of like a hobby, but it's not a passion. And today, we're talking about passion versus paycheck. Anybody that knows me realizes that music is absolutely my passion. And it has been since I can remember. Music's taken me through college, through graduate school. I've performed internationally. I've been on television. I've been on the radio. I've worked for advertising agencies. I've worked for all the major record labels. I've worked for the Grammys. I've even worked independently as an engineer, as a producer, as a writer, as a musician. You name it, it seems like I've done it in music. And I thought I always would do it in music. Professionally, that is. Because music's always sustained me. But in 2008, I had to make an extreme career shift. You see, long story short, I ran my own recording studio for several years, which was a wonderful experience. I was my own boss, it was an extremely creative process, and I enjoyed the whole thing very much. But just like the Small Business Administration says, 595,600 companies had to close in 2008 due to the financial challenges of the recession. And if you add my studio in there, you've got 595,601. I simply lost the clientele necessary to sustain the company. And ultimately I had to close it and bring my equipment home. Start over. And after a few months of denial and frustration, I finally recognized that I would have to seek out regular employment. That's right. I had to find a day job. At first I tried to look in music. That wasn't happening. Then I tried to expand my search to entertainment in general. That still wasn't happening. And it wasn't until I expanded my search to basically anything I could find that I ultimately found the employment that I'm still holding right now. And oddly enough, it was the first place that I applied to. That's right, the United States Postal Service. I got a job as a mailman. While initially it was a humbling and disappointing realization, I eventually came to understand how lucky I am. In this current financial climate, to be able to sustain myself financially is truly a wonderful thing, and for that I'm grateful. While I may not be exactly where I want to be, I do believe this experience is ultimately going to help me get where I'm trying to go. And I hope you'll come along with me for the ride. And yes, the first part of this ride is next time I will make sure that I take you inside for a look at what it's like to be a mailman. It's actually not that bad, but I'll definitely give you the inside scoop. Thanks for joining me. See you next time.
DASHIEK.